There are areas that you can choose to work. You can work at the grassroots. What is grassroots? And what is the work that you can do at the grassroots? You're feeding dogs, that's grassroots work. You're taking care of them on the streets. Okay? So feeding, caring, what else?
Rescues.
Medical care.
Rescues. Even the ABC program is grassroots work. Actually, hands-on work is called the grassroots work, okay? Then you're running shelters. What else can you do? You can go into education. If you're interested, like Shamlata's book, there are lots that you can do to educate people, writing articles, postings. You can create a program for schools, which is a dream for me. Many things that you can do in education. What else? Anything else? You can go into advocacy and lobbying. Maybe Anjali can tell us what we can do in advocacy and lobbying.
No, you tell us.
No, come on. Come on. What is it that you can do in advocacy and lobbying? What I did, I'm giving you a small example. You don't have to be a trained lobbyist. You don't have to be in your Vidhan Sabha to petition. Okay? You can start with small things, and that is also something you can do. At the max, you can help them lobby and advocate for the new PC Act to come in.
Animal Welfare Act.
Animal Welfare Act, sorry. The new Animal Welfare Act that they're trying to get in, that is what you can, at the central level. At your own local levels, leaflets. Leaflets about things. See, we have two types of leaflets. One leaflet now we have created is the one based on Claire's. No?
Oh, you've done it already?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
On FIAPO, Claire had sent a leaflet that she had distributed in Udaipur. Now I have modified it to suit my area, but it has been now printed, and now whenever the vans go for catching and releasing, one big problem we have is a couple of, I'm going to be very harsh here now, I'm sorry, forgive me, a couple of demented animal lovers, okay, and by demented meaning they don't want the dogs sterilized.
Yes.
And they have this fixed ideas that only female dogs should pick up. Some say only male dogs should be picked up. And the female should go through the joy of motherhood, and then you sterilize the male. How is she going to be a mother if the male is sterilized, for heaven's sake? So can we sterilize both? Then there are those who don't believe at all in sterilization, and those who are obsessed for some vague reasons. So this is a small number, and then there is a large number of those who don't want the dogs back. So we have prepared, we've done it in the past, we prepared leaflets that go, each catching and releasing time, one person goes and distributes the leaflets. Anything to educate the public who don't know, instead of getting angry with them, do they know? I mean, I didn't know before 2005, right? Several of us didn't know, who was it who spoke about not knowing anything about, you didn't know where the SPCA Noida was. Some of us didn't know that there's an ABC program. I came to know only in 2005 when I started thinking that aren't there better ways to deal with them instead of battering them to death? And that question that I asked myself was God sent me in the search for what is, and the ABC program came in my hands, which I used through the RTI to get it started. Yeah, so when you look at advocacy and lobbying, you do it at this level, distributing leaflets. I have sent a letter to each and every corporator. There are 99 corporators in our city. Each and every one of them got a letter from me personally, personalized letter with my signature, saying that this is our program, I need your support, you have always been so good, blah blah blah, and we are going to come on your areas. We have demarcated areas, days for catching in each area. So Thursday I'm coming to your, we'll be coming to Vashi centers in Vashi township. Navi Mumbai is developed into different smaller townships. So these kind of letters have gone in, okay. We have gone to the mayor and met him and told him about the program. We have taken the permission to put small posters in the corporation building, which someone has taken off now. I'll have to develop new posters again. You can do a lot of small things to go about doing your advocacy work. Catch hold of shops. So what we did was, it's called mapping. It's very interesting. I'll tell you about mapping. We use it in social work because that's my background, masters in social work, and we use mapping to look for trails in child trafficking. I'll tell you what mapping is for animals also. So when you suppose this is my city. I'm just drawing a outline map. Suppose this is my city, and these are all the various nodes. So my first map is of this. Second map is each node. 2, 3 and 4. Okay, this is the first node. Within this, where are the streets? You either get it out of Google or you can even get it from your corporations. They're supposed to have it. You can send the RTI to your estate department and get the maps. And then once you get it, we look out street-wise, sector-wise. Look for people who are your informers. And these people help. Mostly these are shopkeepers or people who are steady in that place. Don't look for people on the move. So it could be a shopkeeper or it could be a hawker somewhere. So mapping is something interesting that we know certain areas have, we have completely mapped. Okay, there are 10 streets, we have one person per street, I've mapped this area. Now let's go to another area where you can do the mapping. These could be your ground informers who can help you, who will also do the lobbying for you whenever needed. If there is a problem in the area, they can distribute the leaflets for you. They won't be much help to you as donors, they will never donate. They will never come to catch a dog. They will never come to the police station with you. So as an activist, you need to know the psychology of humans for one more reason. There are different people who are there to help you for different things. Yeah? If I need to catch a particular dog in an area who's uncatchable, I'm not going to go to Anjali and ask her for help. But when I need to send a real stinker to someone, and it has to have the legal element also thrown in for good measure, then I need her help definitely. Get it? So identify. Your second bit of activism is to identify who can help you for what reasons. One mistake we make is to be very bitter when people don't come out in hordes to help you. This again your understanding of psychology as to why they can't come out in hordes to help you. What is the Indian psyche? Where are the power structures? Okay? What is an Indian family? What is the patriarchy in that family that will not allow a woman to come out to help you unless she is an emancipated woman like you and me? So great number of those feeders are, women who are part of the system, very much part of the system, very much subjugated, very much dependent on the men in the family. Now if you expect her to come out with you to the police station, if you expect her to tell the corporator, no, you can't pick up on my dogs, if you expect her to fight with the housing society for the stray dog, it's not going to happen because she's not part of your world, she's from the old world. So then look for the right people. Don't waste your energies going after people who will not ever going to be able to do what you wanted. Right? Again, understanding the system and how it works is what you need to do here. So the lawyers are there to help you. You have the police, even within the police, which tell me who are the police who are more sensitive. Policing has several branches. I'm sharing with my experience, and you all please correct me if I'm wrong. You know police force.
The low level and the really high level are sensitive. The ones in between are the worst.
Okay. Now, alright. You also know that there are branches. You have the crime, you have the traffic, you have the social services branch. Have I left out any?
No.
Okay. So which of these three are the most sensitive? Yeah?
Trafficking.
Yes.
Trafficking.
Yes, the traffic police. And on a thought one day, I spoke to all our volunteers in Mumbai. Mumbai, and all of them have told me that they have got cooperation from the traffic police.
You talking about traffic police? I thought anti-trafficking.
No, traffic police.
Traffic police.
Sorry.
Why the traffic police, do you think? Why do you think the traffic police? This is an interesting thing. Why do you think?
They are the ones that are on the street.
They're on the street. They're seeing the pain on a daily basis. You think they have no sensibilities? They do. They do. It's the traffic police who have helped me the most, really. Why is it that the crime branch is the least sensitive?
Desensitized.
They're desensitized. Look at the kind of abuse I've shown you. If you come to a police station and look at the kind of women and under what conditions they come with broken teeth and broken heads and God knows what kind of abuse they go, you know that. You know what kind of world we live in. I mean, after dealing with women and then not blinking an eyelid when you see the nth woman coming and you don't expect him to cry tears for your dog. I am not saying that the dog is less than human. I'm just trying to share my understanding of psychology with you. So then we don't break our heads on them. Look at the traffic police and see if you can make friends with them. I've got 2 constables who are great friends. They'll come anytime I know, I just have to call them. Okay.
Naina, just
Yeah.
here I would just like to add.
So let's go back to our, just a minute, no? Just go to the third offense. And I'll tell you what we could and couldn't do.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, I stopped feeling disillusioned, I stopped feeling frustrated. The day I realized that, they are that way only because there's no one else for those animals. And when you see an animal die, you're completely helpless. See, if you see a child, all these children whom you have seen were all hidden. If such a child is outside on the street, there will be at least 10 people who go out of their way to help. If there is a dog that dying, they will not look, even if you scream blue murder there. So that is the kind of frustration that a volunteer has, which is,
Yeah, exactly. But for us,
the facilities are too few. The situation is
the
enormous.
demands that volunteers make.
Bridges need to be built.
Of course, they have to be built. I'll just go through quickly as to what activism has been actually done in many of these cases. Obviously, I told you this dog has died, and I'm not looking at the child part anymore. Okay, that was just to show you. He died, but I identified which, the quarry in which he was found. How did a dog reach that quarry? Because quarrying areas are supposed to be cordoned off. It's not meant for the public to come. So I went around identifying, talking to the watchmen. Then one of them did say that it was one of the partners whose car, but the partner said that no, it wasn't my car, partner of the quarry. So we went and did the NC at the police station. Okay. Basically, I think in this kind of work, what has worked best, going also by, if you recall what she is talking about, how little presently the law can actually do, and how much time do you effort you put in, especially in cases where you cannot identify the abuser, is to create a lot of ruckus in and around that particular area so that the word spreads that okay, now there are people who are not going to tolerate it. Now these kind of things will not happen. So, though I knew that nothing is going to come out of this, I made it a point to go very often to that quarry, made a nuisance of myself, asking questions, getting in the way of their work. I went and met the partners. I made a racket there with 2-3 volunteers. Generally, we make nuisances of ourselves so that in the future this doesn't happen, and we have found that it has been pretty effective. It's a pretty effective way of a preventive intervention that you can think of doing, being a nuisance. I think your nuisance value has to be very high. I keep telling Anjali this the first time, she had a good laugh. Say, what do you mean my nuisance value is high? So well, yes, my nuisance value is high because they think, yaar, iske saath pange lene abhi. So they feel that okay, not with this person anymore. She can give us a headache, and that is important. Go to the next one. Here, we have gone with male volunteers to the, and one female volunteer of mine, she's great, young woman, and 2 male volunteers, college boys. We went to this truck terminus. We found out all what I've shared with you. He again created a big racket. I said, I have to know whose truck he was. How on earth was I going to find out really? But I knew I will never find the truck driver from whose truck. And
This is
then
shocking. I didn't even know that this sort of thing happens.
guess what? Shakuntala Musundar of Thane SPCA in Mumbai's meet, she told me that she knew of several people who have told her, that, you know, on the national highways, when these trucks are going, they have seen this. She herself has seen it in 3 trucks that have been going in, wondering what a monk is doing in this truck. She told me this.
So it's common all over India. It's just like on certain paths. It's all over India.
Must be. The trucks that come long distance, traveling for many, many days.
Everywhere, not only in India, everywhere. I mean,
How shocking.
not that
I
in our
didn't
country
even
it
know
happens, then
there is-
these kind of sadistic things happens a lot in Middle East, Pakistan. Animals are abused for these
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
reasons.
Yeah.
So,
Monkeys are actually, I mean, dangerous if they bite you. I mean, I can't believe it.
No, but you know what they do? With baby monkeys, the madaris break off their teeth first. No? We've rescued so many. That's what they do. That's the first thing they do. And they just with a hammer or something.
Well, have you gone to the circus as children, or even recently? Have you seen those little girls holding that thing, the bit in their mouth and turning round and round and round? Do you remember being very impressed in how they're doing this and how they're not falling off? I'll tell you why they're not falling off. Because their teeth are sharpened into needle points. When they are picked up from Kerala or Nepal. Now Kerala has gone down in this. But Nepal still has been sending. We have managed to get a law that bans children in circuses in India. I have to send you that. That's what they have been doing. So it's again matching, no? Yeah, they buy them for 5,000, 6,000 from their parents in Nepal for a period of 10 years. And this what the first thing they do is, okay, that's an aside. So what happened to her? She was burnt, so she died. We went there, we again created a ruckus there, and our boys went around finding out कि कौन है वो, using a few bad words कि कौन है वो so and so जिसको इसकी ज़रूरत पड़ी. You understood what I meant? I don't need to spell this out more. But we made a nuisance, and to make a nuisance is not just a one-time thing. You go repeatedly, you may need to act, you may need to say things like, how could this happen here, and who are these people doing it, and then taking your friendly policeman along to add to the nuisance value. It has not happened after the second monkey. And the informer that we have there saying that abhi idhar nahi aate hain. Well, I don't know. We may not have created too much of an impact, but at least in my area, I know that this is not happening. Okay.